Good evening, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is August the 1st, 2024, and today the topic is what it is. Yes, what it is. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Wednesday and Thursday, technically. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Let me give you guys the update. I know for those that may tune in live or watch the video, you're seeing that your girl's recording at 7:09 p.m. Oh, y'all, I'm just not getting home from work. I ended up staying overtime because the last week of the month, we usually set up for a brand new month, new theme, things of that nature. And so that's what happens today. There was quite a few, additional things that is happening or that happened today, which caused me to not record the juice this morning. First of all, before I left the house or before I started to get ready this morning, I didn't receive the juice. I didn't receive I didn't feel like I received what the Lord wanted me to talk about today, even though I did study quite a few different things. So after I got out of the shower, things of that nature, I was like, I'll just take my journal with me. Maybe I'll record something at church while I'm at work, but that didn't happen either. But I ended up chit-chatting with my mom today on the way, and you know, talk about quite a few different things, man. Like I said, my mind is just engulfed in all the stuff I did today at work, man. I'm sorry, but I was like, let me go ahead and do the juice because technically I did it. So on my way to work, that's when, and I was talking, like I said, I was talking to my mom and whatnot, and then that's when the phrase "what it is" came into my heart and mind, and I would say that I was kind of, like I said, I thought about a lot of different things this morning. Um, but one of the things that I did take some time to think about was um, sometimes we have in our head certain things, right? Like, for example, I can scroll on social media and I think it's beautiful to see, you know, this group of ladies go on a girls' trip. Like, that looks cool and great, right? In spite of, yes, we know, about unfortunately a terrible situation that happened with the young lady that went out with her friends and I unfortunately didn't get to, I guess, to come back home and things of that nature. So aside from that, but I'm just saying, usually, like for example, if I just see a group of ladies, they're out and about, they're having brunch, or they're going, and to a girls trip, whatever the case may be, that looks cool. That looks fun. It's like, ooh, I want to do that with my homegirls. Now, yeah, I got some homegirls. You know what I'm saying? The handful is getting few. But I would say that like my closest confidants, right? Those people that is like, it doesn't matter where we're at, what we're doing, any of that. Like, usually it's going to be fun, or usually it's going to be cool, or whatever the case may be. Is one my homeboy Kelvin, which y'all have met multiple times. Um, so that's one thing. It's like, okay, then I got my homegirl MD, and she's out on the road with her hubby, doing their thing. And enough down in mind is who I call my mentor. She's Miss D James, and she's over there in North Carolina. So I don't necessarily feel like I got a group of girls like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me and Alicia, we hang out in that manner, and we call ourselves the Real Housewives of Latonia, and we have our brunches and things of that nature. And she's trying to get me on these cruises, and so I guess if a girl trip happened, it'd probably be just me and her. Who knows? Maybe if my sister can tag along or something like that, maybe it'd be us three, and she might end up bringing her homegirl Christy, so it might be us four. Um, so that's probably the closest to a girls trip that I might get for real. You know what I'm saying? Um, and with that being said, I guess I was just thinking about like again fantasy versus reality, which is something I talked about before on I was on someone else's podcast and I was talking about how important that was. But again, just like me thinking about again, yeah, the girl trip situation, or I think there's a lot of times that we go through things in life and we're thinking about what we want it to be, right, or what it should be, or what somebody else got, and it's like I want that, right? Um, rather than being grateful for, again, my faithful people that are there regardless, right? Being grateful for, like I said, my homeboy Kelvin and my mentor and, my homegirl MD and, Alicia and the people that are here in my life. Even though I may not have that quote unquote group of girls that I done known since college and, you know what I mean? That type of vibes. I do have this group of people that it has been sticking it out with me, since they met me, things of that nature. So it's like, let us learn to be grateful and content with what we have, where we are, and things like that. And so I was thinking about that this morning, at some point, while I was talking. Well, like I said, I thought about it before I left out, and then as I was talking to my mom, the phrase "what it is" came into my heart and mind. So yeah, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired today. I know it's at the end of the day, and everything like that, but I hope this juice will encourage and inspire anybody that listens to the sound of my voice to appreciate what it is, appreciate what is, versus hyping yourself up about what you think it should be and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and get into what I was receiving this morning and what I ended up writing down. Um, in the car, I got this juice in the car, and so this is what I felt led to write down. I wrote down the definition of reality. It says the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them. So yeah, I mean, that definition was good by itself, but the word notional stood out to me. And so I looked that up as well. And it says existing only in theory or as a suggestion or idea. So again, let's focus on reality, right? Let's focus on, again, what is and not like what we want or what they got or any of that other stuff, the fantasy of what life should be. Even as, like I said, I was talking to my mom, even as I was talking to my sister the other day, I became more appreciative for my life. You know what I'm saying? I became more appreciative for where I am and what I'm doing and things of that nature. You know, and I mean, like I said, I know I come on here and tell y'all all the time, man, hey, man, it took me a while to get content and get to this place. But I'm like, I know we were talking to my mom about, the school situation that MJ's about to get ready to embark on. And she's excited. I'm excited. Everybody's excited, even though, yeah, it's going to be in the comforts of home. Yes, it's not a brick and mortar. Yes, it's not, quote unquote, what people think it should be, right? And not that anybody's coming my way and saying stuff, but my whole thing is, I can't worry about none of that at the end of the day. I'm going to focus on what is, right? And right now, I'm in a situation where I'm able to, do this for my son, you know what I'm saying, and provide him this opportunity. I'm grateful for, again, being out of the box and it being available, and things like that. And so, again, there's a lot of examples that I could sit here and give about, like, again, what people think versus what is and things of that nature. But I think I done gave enough, so let me go ahead and get you guys these verses, okay? Here's the verses that were standing out to me to share this morning, but you're getting them this evening. All right, so it's Matthew 6:34. It says, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. I mean, that's not a brand new verse. We done heard it before. But I mean, it's something to think about. Again, focusing on what is. You have this day today. What can you do with the day that you have or the day that you had, right? If you're blessed with the day tomorrow, what can you do with that? Not focusing on, like, again, like, oh, what I don't have and what I can't do and I can't, like, hey, man, there's something you can do today. And so, there's something you can do right now, right? And so let's not be discouraged and things of that nature. I mean, again, like the Bible tells us, there's enough issues and trouble for tomorrow to focus on. Focus on your day by day. And I was telling my mom this morning as well. I was like, I'm just taking things day by day. And sure, I got goals and plans and dreams. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? I talk about a lot of that stuff all the time. But at the end of the day, again, focusing on things the day of, like, and just focusing on the day itself and not worrying and things of that nature. It's been a blessing, man. It's been a content place for me to be in. It's given me more peace. to do it that way. Here's another verse, y'all. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. It says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you." Very plain and simple. It's telling us that this is what God wants us to do. And so, I really don't have too much to add, y'all. I don't know if it's just because I'm tired or what. But, I mean, to me, it's just seemed like it's very, very plain here. Again, in all circumstances, we can find something to be thankful for. We can find something to be grateful for. Express some gratitude. If you're in a place where you feel like there's nothing, then, hey, you might need to start your gratitude list and gratitude journal or whatever you need to do. Gratitude jar, think of something. There's at least one thing that you could be thankful for, even if it's just life. And sometimes we're not thankful for that, but again, we got, if you can see, if you can breathe, if you can hear, all of these things are things to be grateful for, because yes, there are people that don't have those things. And so again, there's always something, so you have to just think about what that is for you. Let me give you guys another verse. Luke 12:22 and 23. It says, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, 'Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will wear, for your life is more than food, and the body more than clothes.'" So again, honestly, the word is telling us that we don't have to worry about anything. At the end of the day, again, the more that I sit here and think about, again, the different things in my life, the more I see that, what, God, you gave me shelter, you gave me food, you gave me, clothing, things of that nature. Like, every day I don't necessarily have to worry about anything. Like, sometimes I'll be thinking about, like, which thing I want to eat and stuff like that, But, I mean, for the most part, I've been eating every day and things of that nature. And so, again, if you take the time to acknowledge God and what he's doing in your life, then you're able to see, again, things that you can be thankful and grateful for. So just trying to remind y'all, look, focus on what it is and not again what you think it should be and all that type of stuff. I think that was the last verses I felt led to read today. But there's a couple of verses in the Go Deeper section that you guys can peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But the Bible verse of today is 1 Corinthians 9:24-25. It says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain, and every man that strength." Let's see, "for the mastery." Y'all can check that I'm reading this right, okay? "is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible." Again, make sure I read that correctly. But that's the Bible verse of today, friends. And I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday. Yes, tomorrow's Friday. We have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tomorrow night. I ended up bumping this episode up. I recorded it last week, but I bumped it up to come out this week. Because technically it probably wouldn't have came out until next year. But I was like, this might be an important conversation. So this will be GSL's first time intentionally somewhat tackling the LGBT conversation. Y'all have heard my testimony and things like that. So I've talked about these things before, but this will be the first time like a guest has come to share their journey of coming out of that lifestyle. So the episode tomorrow is more so the gentleman's testimony, and then we didn't really get into like questions in the conversation, so he's gonna come back and we'll record the second part of me asking questions about all the things he shared with us. But yeah, I'm just giving y'all a heads up that that's the episode tomorrow. His name is Michael Uvitz, and yeah, he's sharing his testimony about coming out of the LGBT lifestyle, and I believe that that's a very important testimony to hear. So we're hearing it tomorrow, if the Lord's will. And so yeah, if y'all want to hear that, tune in and hear all about him and his journey. And like I said, can't wait to have him back so we can get to the nitty-gritty and have a deeper conversation and things like that. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday evening. And I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.